Okay, good afternoon everyone. Makinig ka ng mabuti kasi later on, kayo rin yung mahihirapan sa quiz natin. And ang topic natin for today is about the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. So alam naman natin na bawat profesyon may mga sinusunod na Code of Ethics para nang sa ganun is maging matiwasay ang pagtatrabaho ng bawat isa. Sabi dito, pursuant to the provision of paragraph E, Article 11 of RA number 7836, otherwise known as the Philippine Teacher Professionalization Act of 1994, and paragraph A, Section 6, Presidential Decree of number 223, as amended, the Board for Professional Teachers hereby adopt the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers. Sa preamble, sinasabi dito na teacher are duly licensed professionals who possess dignity and reputation with high moral values as well as technical and professional competence in the practice of their noble profession. And they strictly adhere to, observe, and practice the set of ethical and moral principles, standards, and values. So ang mga teacher daw, sinasabi dito na ang mga teachers daw ay mga licensed professionals na kailangan nagpo-possess ng dignity. Dapat tayong mga guro mayroong dignidad. And sabi dito, kailangan natin strictly adhere to, observe and practice this set of ethical and moral principles. So kailangan nating sundin, kailangan nating isagawa ang mga code of ethics or ang mga practices na ito. Sa Article 1, Scope and Limitation, Section 1, Mr. Orteza, please read the Section 1 and Section 2.
Section 1. The Philippine Constitution provides that all educational institutions shall offer quality education for all competent teachers, committed its full realization. The provision of this code shall apply, therefore, to all teachers in school in the Philippines. Section 2. This code covers all public and private school teachers in all educational institutions at the preschool, primary, elementary, and secondary levels, whether academic, vocational, special technical, or non-formal. The term teacher shall include its industrial arts or vocational teachers and all the other persons performing supervisory and or administrative function in all school at the aforesaid levels, whether in full-time or part-time basis.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Orteza. Sa Article 1, sa Scope and Limitation, sa Section 1, sinasabi na ang code daw na ito ay ini-emphasize or the code emphasize the provision of quality education for all as mandated by the Philippine Constitution. So sa Section 1, sinasabi na kailangan daw ng quality education, kailangan ng provision of quality education as mandated by the Philippine Constitution. Alam naman natin na doon sa 1987 Philippine Constitution, sinasabi doon ilang ulit for about sa quality education. Sa Section 2, it applies to all teachers in the Philippines, including those in public and private school, and elementary and secondary levels, and academic, vocational, special, technical, non-formal settings. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang sa piling mga profession, or hindi lang sa mga piling mga guro. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, college teacher ako, hindi ako susunod sa Code of Ethics. No, sinasabi dito na dapat lahat ng teacher, nagtuturo ka man o hindi, basta isa kang licensed professional teacher, kailangan mong sumunod sa Code of Ethics. Sa Article 2, the teacher and the state. This article emphasizes the teacher's role in nation building and their responsibilities to the state. So itong ibabasa ko is yung summarize na lang. Basahin nyo na lang with your eyes yung nasa sinend na PPT. So sa section 1, sinasabing teachers are entrusted with preserving and passing on the nation's cultural and educational heritage. So, ang mga teacher daw ay pinagkakatiwalaan sa pag-preserve at pagpapasa ng nation's cultural and educational heritage. Kaya nga may mga kaya nga sa elementary pa lang, mayroon na tayong mga cultural and historical na mga lessons. Kasi yung mga teacher, they are entrusted para sa ganun is ituro sa mga kabataan or sa mga next generation ang about sa cultural and national pride, morality, love of country, and obedience to the law. Sa section 2, teacher must actively support state policies and take an oath to uphold them. So ang mga teachers daw or ang mga guro daw sa kahit anumang sekta, mapa-formal man yan, formal education or non-formal education, private man yan or sa public education or sa schools, ang mga guro daw ay kailangang actively support state policies. So kailangan tayo bilang future educators matutunan natin suportahan ang mga polisiya ng ating gobyerno and take an oath to uphold them. May kailangan nating magsapata or manumpa. Sa section 3, teacher must maintain physical, mental, and moral fitness. Ang isang guro daw ay kailangan niyang i-maintain ang kanyang physical, mental, at moral na kaanyuan. Kasi once na ang physical mo ay bumagsak, yung mental health mo maaapektuhan. And kapag once na yung mental health and physical health mo wala, bumagsak, maapektuhan yung morality or yung moral mo. So kailangan itong tatlong ito, physical, mental, and moral, kailangan merong fitness, kailangan mong ma-maintain. Sa section 4, teachers are expected to demonstrate full dedication to their duties. Ang mga guro daw, kailangan nating i-dedicate, kailangan nating mag-dedicate ng buong-buo sa ating duties. Hindi mo pwedeng gawin ang profession na ito kasi napipilitan ka lang. Pero may mga instances na gano'n. Nagturo siya kasi yun lang yung opportunity na available. Na dapat ay hindi gano'n kasi sinabi dito sa section na ito na kailangan to demonstrate full dedication to their duties. Section 5, teacher must avoid promoting political, religious, or partisan interests and refrain from soliciting funds for such purposes. So, ang mga guro daw, di ba alam natin na kabilang tayo sa iba't ibang sekta ng iba't ibang relihiyon. Pero ang relihiyong ito ay hindi natin pwedeng gamitin nang sa ganun ay maging rason para mag-solicit ng fund para sa bagay na iyon. Section 6. Teacher must exercise their rights, including voting, while upholding their responsibilities. So, di ba, nakikita ninyo, na-observe ninyo na during election, ang mga teacher is nagagamit for mga election. Di ba, nakikita nyo? And sabi dito, teacher daw ay dapat na i-exercise yung rights. Kasi lahat tayo, di ba, lahat ng tao dapat dito sa Pilipinas ay may rights to vote. Mayroong karapatang bumoto. And while upholding their responsibilities. Kailangan may rights kang bumoto habang ginagawa mo yung responsibilidad mo bilang isang guro. Section 7. Teacher must not use their position to coerce others into political action. So ang isang guro, hindi niya pwedeng gamitin yung kanyang posisyon or ang kanyang profession nang sa ganun is ipilit yung political views niya sa mga estudyante niya. For example, during the presidential election, merong mga sikat na mga personalidad na pinag-aawayan or pinag-aarguan. Isang pink at saka isang red. So bilang ako isang guro, hindi ko pwedeng ipilit yung paniniwala ko sa political sa inyong mga estudyante ko. Kasi base sa Code of Ethics, walang ganon. Hindi mo dapat pilitin or gamitin yung position mo para ipilit yung political view mo. Section A. Teacher have the freedom to present research finding but must report result that conflict with state policies for appropriate action. So may mga freedom tayong mag-present ng mga findings natin sa research, pero kailangan ibatay natin iyon sa state policies para sa appropriate action. Sa Article 3, the teacher and the community. Alam natin na ang mga guro ay napakalaki ang gampanin sa komunidad. So sabi dito sa Section 1, teacher must create an environment conducive to learning and youth development. So ang mga teacher dapat, tayo dapat, gagamitin ko na yung tayo bilang tayo din naman is mga future educators or future teachers. Tayo dapat daw ang nangunguna sa pag-create ng environment na conducive to learning and youth development, na nakakabuti sa edukasyon at sa development ng mga kabataan natin. Sa Section 2, teachers should take the initiative to participate in the community effort for moral, social, and economic improvement. So, dapat tayo, meron tayong initiative, meron tayong pagpupusa para makipag-participate sa mga aktibidad ng ating community. Sa Section avoiding vices like gambling, smoking, and drunkenness, as well as illicit relationship. So, sinasabi dito na ang mga guro daw ay kailangang mag-uphold ng honorable behavior. So, kagalang-galang. Isa dito ang pag-avoid ng mga bisyo katulad ng paninigarilyo, pag-inom, pagsusugal, at illicit relationship or hindi karapat-dapat or pangit-tignan na relationship. So, pwedeng sa school, hindi mo ginagawa, pero sa labas, nakikita kang ganun. Hindi dapat ganun. Sa Section 4, teachers should respect and understand local customs, refraining from criticizing the community. So tayo daw mga guro, hindi tayo dapat nag-criticize ng mga hindi tayo dapat nag-criticize ng mga local custom. For example, hindi ako isang isnag or hindi ako anak na isnag. Pero sa mga estudyante ko may mga isnag, hindi ko pwedeng i-criticize or hindi ko pwedeng maliitin yung kanilang kultura. Kasi hindi yun appropriate. Section 5. Teachers should inform the community about school work, achievement, and challenges. So, dito sa section na to, kailangan daw nating, bilang isang guro, kailangan nating i-inform ang community about sa mga gawain sa school, ay mga achievement at challenges. Isa dito is during brigada, di ba? Nakikita ninyo na during brigada, yung community at school ay nagtutulungan nang sa ganun ay ma-achieve ang kanilang goals. Sa Section 6, teachers are seen as intellectual leader in their barangays and should provide guidance, counseling, and active involvement in community welfare. So kapag sinabi mong intellectual leaders, maalam, mautak sila, di ba? Mautak tayo. Tayo daw yung mga mautak, hindi lang sa bahay ninyo, hindi lang sa classroom kasi ikaw yung guro, but in your barangay, in your own community. Kaya dapat daw, kailangan tayo yung nagpro-provide ng guidance, counseling, and active involvement ng community. Hindi tayo dapat pasaway, itahal kalsada, kundi tayo dapat yung nagbibigay ng guidance. Section 7. Teachers should maintain positive relationship with professional, government officials, and community. Kailangan between sa guro and sa mga officials ng community or mga tao, lahat ng tao, kailangan mayroon tayong positive relationship. Bakit mahalaga ang positive relationship? Kasi in the future, kailanganin natin ang tulong nila. So dapat ma-maintain natin ang tinatawag na good or positive relationship with each other. free to worship but must not use their position to influence other religious beliefs. So, ang guro daw ay may karapatang sumamba sa kanyang Diyos. Pero hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yung posisyon mo bilang guro para ipilit ulit yung paniniwala mo sa religion ninyo sa ibang estudyante. So bilang isang sekta, hindi ko pwedeng pilitin si Miss Galia na, Miss Galia, dito ka sa religion namin mas maganda. Hindi ko pwedeng gamitin iyon kasi bilang guro, nasa code of ethics na hindi mo dapat iyon gawin. Next, the Article 4 or a teacher and a profession and the profession. Section 1. Teacher must demonstrate pride and enthusiasm for teaching as noble profession. So bilang guro daw, kailangan mong i-demonstrate yung pride and enthusiasm for teaching. Kailangan mong ipakita na genuine ka, na kailangan mong ipakita na masaya ka sa profession na yun. Kasi ang profession pinili mo ay isang noble profession.
Kagalang-galang.
Teacher must maintain high standard of education, prepare diligently, and consistently perform at their best. So bilang isang guro daw, kailangan mong ma-maintain yung high standard for education. Hindi sinabing high standard education is ipipilit mong gawin ng mga estudyante mo ang bagay na hindi nila kayang gawin. Kundi ipilit mo na matutunan nila ang mga bagay na akala nila ay mahirap. Doon nagsisimula na na-maintain mo ang high quality of education. Hindi mo kasi pwedeng ipilit na kaya nyo to, gawin nyo to, mag-research kayo, ganito, hindi mo pa tinuturo. Kailangan mong ituro, kailangan mong gawin yung best mo nang sa ganun matuto sila. Doon nagkakaroon ng high quality of education.
Bakit ito camera?
Section 3. Teachers are required to engage in professional development through continuing professional education or CPE and further studies to enhance their skills and competitiveness. So ang mga guro daw ay kailangan dadaan sa continuing professional education. Di ba ang mga guro, after makagraduate, makapasa idilit, nagmamasteral sila. After masteral, parang kulang pa, kailangan mag-doctorate. And if mag-doctorate, kailangan pang mag-take ng mga examinations para ma-promote. Kailangan daw, ganun, required to engage in professional development. We are required para sa development na iyon. Sa Section 4, sinasabing teacher may seek authorized support to their work but must avoid improper self-promotion or misleading practices. So kailangan alam natin or pwede tayong mag-seek ng support sa trabaho pero dapat alam natin yung limit kasi sinabi dito na avoid improper self-promotion or misleading practice. Sa Section 5, teacher must use their profession as an honorable means of earning decent living. So, honorable profession as honorable means. Kagalang-galang na trabaho para sa ganun maka-earn ng kita in a decent way. Decenteng paraan. Article 5, the teacher and the profession. Section 1, teachers should maintain loyalty, mutual confidence, cooperation, self-sacrifice, supporting one another in the best interest of learners, the school, and profession. So, sinabi dito, in-emphasize dito na supporting one another. So, ang mga guro dapat nagsusuportahan sila, naghihilaan paangat, hindi naghihilaan pababa. Hindi para sa kanila, kundi para sa ikabubuti ng paaralan at ng kanilang mga estudyante. Take note of that. Section 2, teacher must not claim credit for others' work and should properly acknowledge the contribution of others. Ito yung during research, halimbawa, nagkanda ka ng research. But then, meron kang kinopya. Hindi yun yung sarili mong gawa. Nag-copyright ka, nag-plagiarize ka. Hindi mo kinedit yung gawa ng iba. So, ito ay labag sa Code of Ethics. Section 3. Teacher must leave organized record and data to ensure a smooth transaction for successors. Section 4. Teacher must safeguard confidential information about colleagues in the school, avoiding unauthorized sharing or removal of documents. So bilang isang guro, kailangan mong pahalagahan ang isang confidentiality ng isang bagay. For example, ang mga files or mga informations about your student. Halimbawa, may isa kang estudyante na subject for or subject of physical abuse or abuse. So, kailangan dapat yung information na yun mananatili lang sa'yo at sa school. Hindi mo pwedeng ipagkalat. Ganon din yung kapag halimbawa may nalaman ka about your katrabaho, hindi mo yun pwedeng ipagkalat. Dapat kung ano yung narinig mo, sa'yo lang yun. Hindi mo pwedeng ipagsabi. Section 5. Teachers should address unprofessional behavior among colleagues only with clear evidence and through appropriate channel. So, bilang isang guro, kailangan mong i-correct yung wrongdoings ng katrabaho mo, pero in a correct way or in a right way. Kailangan dapat may evidence ka and dapat sakto yung pinagre-reklamo at di pagre-reklamuan. For example, basol di katrabaho, hindi mo pwedeng isumbong sa isang pang katrabaho. Dapat magsumbong ka sa nakakataas. Section 6. Teacher may provide valid criticism of colleagues to proper authorities, preferably in writing while respecting others' right. Section 7. Teacher may apply for position for which they are qualified, respecting the merit-based selection process and ensuring fairness for all candidates. So, ang isang guro, diba, may mga promotions. So, bawat guro na alam mong qualified ka, valid ka to apply for that position. Pero, kailangan it ensures fairness for all candidates. Hindi pwedeng may backer ka. Hindi pwedeng
Nepotism.
pamangkin ka ng president ng university para ikaw yung mapili sa position na yun. So, dapat walang ganun. Dapat a teacher must ensure fairness for all. Dapat may fairness.
Hagkadupay ate.
Next article is Article 6. The teacher and the higher authorities in the profession. So sa Section 1, teacher must support and carry out the legitimate policies of the school and administration regardless of personal opinion. Section 2, teachers should avoid false accusation, but if valid charges exist, they must be presented under oath to the proper authority. Section 3. Teacher must follow proper channels for official matters but can appeal directly to higher authorities if necessary. Section 4. Teachers have the right to seek redress for injustice through democratic processes while ensuring student rights to learn are not compromised. Section 5. Teachers have the right to expect the appointments, promotions, and transfer are based on merit and needs of service. And Section 6, teachers are bound by the term of their employment contract and must fulfill their responsibilities accordingly. Article 2, the school officials and teachers and other personnel. May you read Princess, Section 1 and 2. Article 6.
7.
Article 7, Section 1. All helpfulness and sympathy towards teachers and other personnel. Such practices being standard charge of effective school supervision, dignified administration, responsible leadership, and enlightened direction. Section 2. School officials, teachers, and other school personnel shall consider it their cooperative responsibility to formulate policies or introduce.
Thank you, Ms. Sarmiento. So, to summarize yung sinabi niya, ang mga school officials daw ay kailangang show courtesy, helpfulness, and sympathy toward teachers and staff. Hindi pwedeng, porket ikaw yung president ng universities, wala ka nang paki sa mga mas bababa sa'yo. Dapat kailangan mong mag-show ng courtesy and helpfulness and sympathy. Siyempre, ikaw yung nakakataas. Alam mo kung ano yung nararapat. So, kailangan mo tulungan kung ano ba ang dapat gawin ng mga nasa ibaba mo. So, Section 2, school officials and personnel share responsibility for formulating policies and making important changes in system. So, hindi pwedeng iisang sakay lang yung gumagawa. Hindi pwedeng mga faculties lang and hindi rin pwedeng yung mga administrators lang. Dapat yung mga administrators and mga faculties nagtutulong-tulong para magkaroon ng changes. Sa Section 3, school officials should support teachers' professional development by recommending promotion, recognizing meritorious performance. So, ang mga school officials dapat tumutulong sila or nagre-recommend sila for promotion. Section 4, school officials cannot dismiss teacher or personnel without just cause. So, kapag halimbawa yung president ng isang school, hindi niya pwedeng i-fire si Mr. Alaman without valid reason. Hindi niya pwedeng i-accuse na, Mr. Alaman, you made a violation of the Code of Ethics, pero wala namang pinapakita evidence. Hindi niya pwedeng i-fire na lang basta-basta without a valid cause. Section 5. School authorities must ensure teachers are employed according to civil service rules or contracts with provision for permanent tenure if qualified. Article 8, the teacher and learners. So, sa article na ito, it talks about the teacher and yung mga estudyante. Section 1, please read Miss Cassie. Section 1. Section 1 to Article 8.
Hindi ka nakikinig.
Section 1 to 2. So Section 1. A teacher has a right and duty to determine the academic marks and the promotion of learners in the subject or grades he handles, provided that such determination shall be in accordance with generally accepted procedures of evaluation and measurement. In case of any complaint, teachers concerned shall immediately take appropriate actions observing due process. Section 2. A teacher shall recognize that the interests and welfare of learners are of first and foremost concern and shall deal justifiably and impartially with each of them. Okay, thank you, Ms. Cassie. So sa Section 1, sinasabi na ang mga teacher daw ay may karapatang mag-determine ng marka ng isang estudyante. And kung ipropromote ba or hindi. Sa grade or sa elementary levels, may mga na-observe ba kayo kung saan may mga estudyante nagbabalik aral? Meron, di ba? Kasi yung teacher, alam niya sa marka at sa evaluation ng estudyante na hindi siya qualified to promote for another level or for higher level. So may mga instances na pinag-uulit or pinagre-repeat yung isang estudyante kasi hindi siya qualified. And kapag may complaint, kailangan ma-address due process sa wastong paraan. Teacher must prioritize the interests and welfare of a student, treating them impartially and justly. So, dapat tayong mga teacher, kailangan natin i-treat yung mga estudyante natin fairly and justly. So, dapat pantay-pantay. Section yung isang estudyante mo dahil isa kang guro. Hindi mo pwedeng tapak-tapakan lang yung pagkatao ng estudyante mo porque isa ka ng guro. No. Sa section 4, teachers should not accept gift or favor from students or their families in exchange for special treatment. So, bilang isang guro, alam mo dapat na hindi ka dapat tumatanggap ng kahit ano, gift man yan, favor, or money in return for special treatment. For example, yung anak ni Mayor, guro ka ng anak ni Mayor or advisor ka ng anak ni Mayor. Sabi niya, taasan mo yung marka ng anak ko in exchange of ipapa-aircon ko yung classroom ninyo. Or, mag-donate ako 100K. Just, pag-honorin mo yung anak ko. Hindi dapat ganun. Kasi nakabase sa Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, a teacher must not accept any gift in return or in exchange of special treatment. Section 5. Teacher may only accept authorized payment for tutorial service. So, pwede ka rin namang umaccept ng gift or money, but in tutorial service only. Section 6. Students' academic evaluation must be based solely on their performance, not personal factor. Hindi pwedeng, dahil ayaw mo siya, hindi pwedeng, ako isang guro, estudyante ko si Mr. Alaman. Porket ayaw ko siya, hindi ko pwedeng ibagsak siya, kahit matalino naman. So, ang pag-grade dapat sa estudyante natin ay nakabase sa performance niya, kung ilan ba ang nakukuha niya sa quizzes, sa exam, doon dapat tayo kukuha ng kanyang grado. Hindi dahil sa ayaw natin ang kanyang personality. Next is section 7. Teacher must maintain professionalism in situation where personal feelings develop with a student, avoiding or scandal. So, ang isang teacher daw ay kailangang ma-maintain niya ang kanyang professionalism. Wala dapat daw na nabibuild na relationship, personal feelings development. Wala dapat favoritism and any na mag-recreate ng isang skandalo. Section 8. Teacher must not use corporal punishment or deduct mark as punishment for non-academic issues. So, sa labas halimbawa, merong issue kayo sa yung teacher at estudyante nagkaroon ng issue sa labas. Hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yung personal issue na yon para i-deduct sa grades or sa marka ng estudyante mo. O babawasan ko ng 1 point ng final grade mo kasi may issue tayo sa labas. Hindi dapat ganun. Section 9. Teacher must provide a conducive environment for student development and offer assistance with student problems. Dapat tayo yung tumutulong sa mga estudyante natin if may problema sila. Hindi tayo dapat dadagdag pa sa kung ano ang problema nila. Next is Article 9, the teacher and parents. So, it's about ito sa mga teachers and sa mga parents. Sa Section 1, please pakibasa Miss Garote. Section 9, Article 9, Section 1 and 2.
Section 1. Every teacher shall establish and maintain cordial relations with parents and shall conduct himself to merit their confidence and respect. Section 2. Every teacher shall inform parents through proper authorities of the progress and deficiencies of learner under him, exercising utmost candor and tact in pointing out the learner's deficiencies and seeking parents' cooperation for the proper guidance and improvement of the learners.
Thank you, Ms. Garote. So, sinasabi dito na teacher must maintain a good reputation in managing personal finances, including handling debts and managing loan responsibility. Teacher must establish and maintain good relationship with parents, earning their trust and respect. So, tayo daw mga guro, kailangan nating ma-earn ang respect ng mga parents ng mga estudyante natin. Kasi, if hindi, pwedeng magkakaroon or mag-create ng problem in the future. Teachers should inform parents about child progress and shortcoming. So, dapat ang guro, responsibilidad mo, i-inform ang magulang ng mga estudyante mo about sa mga pagkukulang ng anak niya or mga marka ng anak niya. For example, akala ng nanay pumapasok yung anak niya, pero hindi pala. So, ikaw bilang teacher, concerned teacher, sasabihin mo sa nanay ngayon, oh, misis, yung anak mo hindi pumapasok. Or, akala ng nanay ng anak estudyante mo, matataas yung grado niya. But in reality is, pabagsak na pala siya, pa-drop na pala siya. So, kailangan mong i-inform mo yun yung parents para maging aware sila. Teachers should listen to parents' complaints. So, dapat alam rin nating makinig sa mga complaints, sa mga reklamo ng mga parents ng estudyante natin nang sa ganun ay magawan natin ng solusyon para hindi mag-create ng mas malaki pa iskandalo na mag-create ng problema, hindi lang sa loob ng classroom, but sa buong paaralan. Article 10. Article 10, the teacher and business. Teacher have right to engage in legitimate income-generating activities. So, tayong mga guro, may karapatan din tayong mag-business. Siyempre, income-generating. Alam natin na hindi kataasan ang sahod ng mga guro. So, may mga karapatan din tayong mag-engage sa mga legitimate or mga totoong income-generating activities. Teacher must maintain a good reputation in managing personal finances. So, ang mga guro daw, kailangan alam mo ang responsibilidad mo sa pag-handle ng personal debts. For example, yung loan mo, kailangan alam mo kung paano ito babayaran or paano ito iha-handle. Teachers should not act as agents or financial interest in commercial ventures. So, dapat, numaysa ka nga, guro, hanga mabalin nga pasimuno yung kinegosyo ni Simunog iti pagadalan. Hanga mabalin nga, kapag may sa mga teacher ko, oy, bagang kini mama mo, gumatang ito'y lakok, mayat na ito'y. Ibagang ibagsak ko, ibagsak ka, no, hakagmata. Hanga dapat kasyay, okay? Article 11, the teacher as a person. Section 1, teacher must live with dignity at all times, whether at school, home, or elsewhere. So, kailangan daw bilang isang guro, dala-dala mo ang dignidad mo saan ka man mapunta. So, ano ang sa tingin niyo about sa pagsusuot ng isang guro ng swimsuit sa beach? Agree kayo or not?
Okay lang. Sa labas naman. Hindi naman sa school. Bitch naman yun eh.
As long as dala-dala mo yung dignidad mo, wala kang ginagawang masama.
Oo.
Teachers should prioritize self-discipline in their personal behavior and interaction with others. Dapat ma-prioritize mo yung self-discipline. Napakahalaga ang self-discipline. Kasi kapag wala kang self-discipline, ayaw ka ng mga katrabaho. Gets nyo ba ako?
Yes.
O, di ba? Kapag masama ang ugali mo, kagugurada ka. Yes or no?
Yes, madam.
So, kailangan prioritize natin ang disiplina sa sarili. Sa section 3, listen everyone. Section 3, teacher must maintain a dignified personality that serve as a role model for student, peer, and others. So kapag nakita ka nilang kakarenten dyan sa daan, syempre, isa kang role model, anong aasahan mo, di ba? May sasabihin sila sa'yo. So dapat, isa kang may dignidad na tao, may prinsipyong tao. And to section 4, teachers should recognize the Almighty God as a guide in their own lives and in the lives of others. Kasi kapag wala ang Panginoon, wala tayong kaya sa ating buhay. Next is the disciplinary action. Mr. Alaman, please read.
Article 12, Disciplinary Action. Section 1. Any violation of any provision of this code shall be sufficient ground for the imposition against the hearing teacher for the disciplinary action consisting of revocation of his certificate of registration and license as a professional teacher, suspension from the practice of teaching profession, or reprimand or cancellation of his temporary or special permit under false specified as in section 22, Article 3 or RA number 7836.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alaman. So, sinasabi dito na disciplinary action. Kapag linabag mo ang isa sa mga code na ito or code of ethics na ito, aasahan mong may kaparusahan ka. So, first, ano nga ba ang mga pwedeng maging penalty mo or maging disciplinary action sa'yo kapag may linabag ka? First is revocation of teacher certification of registration and license. So once na may nilabag ka, matik yan, mare-revoke ang lisensya mo. Hindi ka na makakapagturo and wala nang paraan para mapanumbalik mo yung lisensyang iyon. Next is suspension from teaching profession. Hindi man mare-revoke yung license mo, pero pwede kang masuspend sa pagtuturo. Di ba kapag ang isang estudyante na suspend ng one day, 2 days, 3 days, pero ang isang teacher, kapag nasuspend yan, pwedeng months, it take months or years. And third one is reprimand or cancellation of their temporary or special permit. So kapag may special permit ka, pwedeng matanggal iyon, pwedeng ma-remove or ma-cancel. These actions are based on the causes specified in RA number 7836 or the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers and its implementing rule. So last, Article 13, the effectivity. Section 1, the code shall take effect upon approval by the Professional Regulation Commission and after 60 days following its publication in the Official Gazette or any newspaper of general circulation, whichever is earlier. So, ang code na ito or ang batas na ito ay epektibo sa upon approval. So, kapag na-approve, noong na-approve na, matik, epektibo na to. So, dapat tandaan natin, mahalaga ang Code of Ethics sa profession natin. Kasi once na nagkamali ka, pwedeng yung pinaghirapan mo ng ilang taon, mawawala sa'yo. So, thank you very much for listening.